Are you still undecided about where you want to live your retirement years? Are you fed up at the insane political situation and social upheaval in the Western world? If the answer to either of those questions is yes, then consider coming to live in the Philippines. In particular, an area called Dumaguete, Bacong, Darwin, and Valencia. Hello and welcome back. This is Michael again. We're going to talk now with RJ from Ang Gobonseng Realty. This is a highly respected, well-established real estate firm based in Dumaguete that caters to the areas of Bacong, Dumaguete, Valencia, and Darwin, primarily. There's been many changes since I first came here 8 years ago. So we're going to ask RJ for his overview on real estate here in the area. First of all, welcome, RJ.
Welcome. Thank you so much, Michael.
So would you please just give us a general overview on the availability, the costs, the changes you see in the real estate market over the last several years, and what is it today compared to perhaps a few years ago?
Okay. Real estate in Dumaguete, Bacong, and Valencia over the past years has experienced an increased growth, and due to the foreigners, locals, international, they allow in Dumaguete there are a lot of establishments that are rising, especially in Darwin where there are a lot of resorts. In Valencia there are a lot of cafes, and when it comes to the price of the land, it goes up to based on my estimation and for the statistics, it comes from 2,500 square meters. 2,500 pesos per square meter up until 5,000 per square meter.
I understand.
Here in Dumaguete, Valencia, Darwin, Bacong. It really depends.
No, that would be for square meter for the land.
Yeah, for the land.
Okay.
For the property itself, it really depends on the area. For land or property houses that are along the roads, it can price up to 5 million up. And for the overlooking places,
with the view of
the nature,
yes, okay,
or the sea, it really goes up to, let's say for the land, it goes to 4 million. So in general, in some places here in Dumaguete, Valencia, and Bacong, some lot priced at 2,500 pesos and above. And for the house and lot packages...
Sorry, how high do they go sometimes in these areas?
For the price, it goes beyond more than 5,000.
Beyond 5,000 to square meter?
Square meters.
Okay, thank you.
And for the house and lot packages, it goes up to 8 million and above.
That would be the land and house built?
Yes, the land in the house. Okay. Most likely, there are just fully furnished, most of the houses, and there are also semi-furnished.
But there would be an option to have no furnishings at all, so they could move their own.
There's also for that one.
Good.
And the lot size usually range about 500 square meters and above for that price of 8 million above.
Very good.
And then when it comes to the real estate here in these areas, it's growing rapidly fast. As we can see, there are a lot of establishments that are being constructed. And you heard of the...
What type of establishments?
Most likely cafes, buildings like hotels, banks, and some malls. We recently heard the newly established Starbucks in Provincial. They have
no place to stay from Starbucks.
So when it comes to the properties, there's a lot of people also selling properties here in Dumaguete City. But really highly encourage everyone to pick a realty to choose. Because when you invest...
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like for example, you're looking for a property. And there are a lot of people who sells property, right? And most of them does not belong to a realty.
So what you say by that, I understand you're saying, is that it's critically important to work with a legitimate real estate firm.
Yes.
with legitimate agents who are part of that firm, not the casual ones who are hopping around on motorbikes and
That's correct.
no license.
Because
Of course,
most likely, when they sold the property, they will be gone.
yes.
And yes, if you contact with the realty, we do process transparency.
Yeah, what the foreigners would call it would be a real estate firm.
That's how the status of the real estate here in Dumaguete is really growing.
What about Valencia and Bacong and Darwin?
Also, Valencia and Darwin and Bacong. We know that these are the what we call the prime tourist spots here in Dumaguete. Many tourists, when you mentioned they will go to Dumaguete, they will go either Valencia
Yes.
or Darwin, either diving.
Casaroro Falls.
Yeah, Casaroro Falls.
Diving.
So that are the most like offered by this area. And these areas have usually specifically Darwin. They have a lot of resorts.
Yes, many.
Many resorts there.
I'm continually surprised at the amount of beautiful nature areas in this area that we have to go to, and also the number of activities, which I never knew about until, and again, as you know, some of the best diving in the world is to be found in Darwin. Yes. And there's an internationally protected nature water area around Apo Island. There's so much available, yes.
That's correct. And when you mention about mountains, Valencia, the perfect place.
Mount Salinas.
Yes. And you will see the cool, warm breeze here in Valencia. It's very relaxing.
What is the pricing? Is there any distinct pricing difference between the four areas we're talking about?
Yes, they have difference. For example, in Darwin, beachfront properties priced up to about 7 million above. Yeah. And when it comes
up to what would be a middle range? What would be a high range?
For the middle range, it goes 15 to 30.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And for the Valencia, especially overlooking areas where you can see the beautiful views, it priced about let's say 6 million and above. So the middle range goes 12 million to 20 million here in Valencia.
Interesting. Interesting. What a lot of foreigners find very attractive is the fact that we have homes in Europe or in Australia or in North America, and if we sell them without a mortgage being constrained, we can come here to the Philippines and put down part of that money and buy a beautiful retirement home, build our dream retirement home, and still have significant funds available from the sale of the house over there. So that's part of, and fortunately and unfortunately, so many people are now realizing that reality, and because of that, the prices and the availability are just
increasing. That's correct. If we look back 2 years ago, the prices of properties here is not really that can compare to the prices right now.
In the last 2 years alone? Wow.
Yes. In the past years, the prices are very cheap.
So many of our viewers would be wondering, when might be a good time to buy? I always maintain there is no perfect time to buy. What would you advise people to do if they have cash available? Should they wait, or should they buy land at least, or land and a house, or what would you suggest to them in terms of, I'm thinking about the costs as we move forward, the increased pricing as we move forward?
When it comes to that one, my advice is that when you purchase a house, you need to feel first the area. You need to look for the value of the property itself. For example, here in Valencia, we can check the property. In the long run, it can be benefit for the buyer and as well as the environment of the property itself. And also the papers, that we need to secure that also.
The which?
The papers of the property. The titles.
Oh, that's always that's one thing. A lot of clients come to us, not enough because we know the problems that the title can create. A lot of them come to us, and your principal, Roy, has helped many of our clients making sure that the title was pure, was correct, and not laden with lots of problems attached to it. What process do you think that let's say if I was looking to buy tomorrow, how would I begin the process? Assuming I have the cash. What do I begin? Do I drive around and look to become comfortable with some area, or do I base it on pricing, or what?
First of all, you need to first explore what area would you like to be in. Afterwards, if you see something that you feel that this is a good place, then you need to first reach a realty or an agent that can guide you through the process. Because when you reach an agent, we will going to do the transaction. So you will not feel any hassle on your end. You just need to be with us, and we'll just process everything with you.
So what I'm hearing you say is I identify the the home, and I contact you, and then you check the title.
Yes.
And what else do you do?
Check the title, the property itself, and then after we check the title of the property, and then we go forward with the negotiating with the owner in regards to your budget. And after we negotiate with the owner, that's the time that we go to a lawyer and talk about the things that we're going to do to get the property.
So I'm thinking in terms of protection, because at Veritas, our sole function, really, our primary function, is to protect our clients. We have heard stories and we've had experiences of clients coming to us before they were clients, with them experiencing horrendous situations. One client had a property and half his kitchen was in somebody else's land. Half his kitchen was in somebody else's land. And that is not an isolated story. There were other examples as well. I think due diligence, that's the word, that's the two words. I think it's critical for anybody who's considering to buy anything in the Philippines to exercise 100% due diligence. So you can go to sleep at nighttime, rest assured that your property is good. You won't wake up in the morning with a knock on the door from a bulldozer about to be driven through your front bedroom. And that's the value of having professionals working with you all the way through. Once we give the initial go-ahead for we like this property or this property, dealing with professionals all the way through. From that point to negotiating the price, which is always negotiable, to the attorneys being involved, to the final. So how long does the process take from when I initially identify the property for you to negotiate for me, right through the agreement of the price, right through the legal stage, until finally I or my girlfriend or my wife or whatever owns the property? What time frame would you allow for that?
Usually that processed about 3 to 5 months for it to be fully processed.
So living here as I have for some time, I forget about the 3, I forget about the 4. All I'm hearing is 5 months or more.
Yes.
Well, that in itself would be fine for our clients because they've experienced lots of delays along the way. One of the important things that Veritas we bring to the table is that we work with both parties, the real estate company and our client, all the way through, from the minute that he or she identifies the property through the attorney situation, the negotiations and the attorney and the finalizing of the contracts. Once a week, we contact both the professionals and our client just to check if there's anything that is not going well, because things always come up, problems always come up, issues come up. So our function is every week to check to see, to take care of the issue before it becomes a problem. That's our mantra. Take care of the issue before it becomes a mantra. That's right. Take care of the issue before it becomes a problem. And that's what we do. And there's no expense, by the way, whatever, to our clients for these services. There's just a once-only 2,700 pesos joining fee to become our client. After that, we charge nothing. I'm going to now ask RJ for some closing comments on real estate.
So just remember, if you really want to invest in property, you want to feel secured in your investment. First of all, my advice is that pick a realty. You can choose Veritas, Ang Gobonseng Realty. We will assure you that we will provide you a better home with no hassle. We will do the transaction as transparent as possible because we want to make sure that you are secured in your investment. So don't settle for those people who don't have realty, who are known as colorums. Because
what does that mean?
Like, for example, they're just selling the property. They saw it on the Facebook.
They are not agents, licensed agents. Okay.
They are not licensed agents. They're just sell the property. So one day you will wake up that, there's a problem. Yeah, my house is getting bulldozed.
Yes.
So don't settle for that one. So one advice that we can really encourage is to pick a realty. And also, follow your heart. That's all.
Very good. Excellent. Very good. Thank you very much, RJ. Again, RJ has been providing general information about the area. All of it is valuable, all of it is relevant, but as always, everything comes down to your individual needs, who you are, how you view the world, what you want. But the beauty is, at least for now, you have options available. I can't say the same will apply a few years from now, as the demand keeps increasing. So, again, it's up to you. In closing, I'll just mention that once a week, we are going to be posting for you our Home of the Week. And you'll see it on our screens. And if you want to learn more about it, we'll mention the property, size, what's involved with it, pricing, and where it is. And if you want more information, just contact Veritas and we will happily refer you as required. One final question for you would be, how do you see buying a property here for rental may or may not be a valuable or worthwhile option for any foreigner or any expat living here to get involved in?
I see. Choosing a property here in Dumaguete is really a good choice. Why? It's because Dumaguete City is experiencing this rapid growth. As we can see 2 years ago and from now, we can see a transition of the real estate is growing. For example, you purchase a property that's priced 6 million today. In the future, it will price about 10 million above. That's really a good investment. For example, when you purchase a property and have it rent to other people, you can start with 20,000 pesos. And over the years... Per month. And over the years, it can go up to 30,000 pesos. As we can see, Dumaguete City there's a potential in the real estate.
What about the other areas?
Like Dawin, Bacong, and Valencia?
Yes.
There are a lot also potential of it because it is a tourist attraction. Many people visit it, and when they like it, you can build a property there or a business that you can invest from. So it will boom because there are a lot of tourists that is coming by and go.
So the situation is the expat or the foreigner who has money laying in the bank earning almost nothing. Instead, he could have a property here, which is an asset here, which is an appreciating asset, and also, in the meantime, receive income from it every month.
That's correct. That's the very best option that you can earn here. You can buy property as well as you are earning every month. And in the future, you can sell it ×2 the price that you have purchased it. So it's a win-win situation either way.
Very, very good. Well, thanks, RJ, for those comments. And any of you who are out there who see value in what we were just saying about investing, having a property for investment, please contact us at Veritas and we'll refer you to RJ and you can move on from there. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye. Our quiz this week is a bit of a fun one. This photograph was taken over 60 years ago back in Ireland. And rugby was and still remains my passion, although I don't play it anymore. So, the quiz is, identify me in this picture. The person who wins will earn 1,000 pesos gift to bring somebody else and themselves out for an enjoyable lunch anywhere in the Philippines. So, please, to qualify, you have to like and subscribe, and then let us know who you think I am. Bye now.